Have you ever noticed that moment when you're out with a woman, whether it's someone you're dating or just getting to know, and there's this unspoken energy in the air? It's not something she consciously thinks about, but she feels it. She's wondering, am I leading this interaction, or is he in control? Because let's be real, what truly attracts a woman? It's not just about how you look, it's about the energy you give off. Women are drawn to men who exude strength, confidence, and that undeniable masculine presence. But the real question is, how do you show that dominant masculine energy without trying too hard? That's exactly what we're diving into today. I'm going to break down 3 traits, powerful ways to radiate that strong masculine energy when you're with a woman. And let me tell you, this isn't just about dating. These mindsets apply in the workplace, in social settings, and in life in general. Master these, and you'll command respect everywhere you go. Now, before we get into it, let's clear up a big misconception. A lot of guys hear dominant and think it means being aggressive or acting like some stereotypical alpha male. Nope. Dominance isn't about flexing muscles or trying to look tough. It's about presence. It's about the way you carry yourself, the way you make decisions, and the way you communicate your value without seeking approval. And trust me, I get it. I used to be confused about this too. A lot of guys think masculinity is all about the look, big muscles, tattoos, a leather jacket. But I've seen plenty of guys who look tough but turn into insecure little boys when they're around a woman. On the flip side, I've met guys who don't fit the alpha stereotype at all, but have women completely drawn to them. Why? Because it's all about the energy you project. Think about it like this. Imagine 2 animals, a kitten and a tiger. Why does the tiger command more respect? Simple. It's harder to tame, harder to control. Women don't want a guy who's like a kitten, someone too eager to please, someone who's easy to manipulate. They're drawn to the tiger, a man who has his own path, his own standards, and his own life. So, how do you become that tiger? Let's break it down. Trait number 1, the willingness to walk away. This one is huge. If you take away nothing else from this video, remember this. A man who is truly masculine is not afraid to walk away. Most guys make the mistake of sticking around too much, afraid that if they step away, the woman will lose interest. But the opposite is true. When a woman senses that you're not clinging to her every word, that you're not desperate for her attention, her interest actually spikes. Back in college, my friends and I figured this out the hard way. We used to host parties and we noticed something crazy. The guys who stayed glued to one girl all night, they rarely got anywhere. But the guys who had a great conversation then casually walked away, saying something like, "Hey, I'm gonna go catch up with some friends. I'll see you later." Those were the ones who had women chasing them down. Why? Because it shows confidence. It signals to her that you're not needy, that you have other things going on, and that you're not putting her on a pedestal. And this applies beyond parties. If a woman is flaky, always rescheduling, or giving you mixed signals, instead of chasing her or trying to fix things, simply walk away. Either she realizes she's dealing with a man who has options and steps up, or she doesn't, and you move on without wasting your time. Either way, you win. Trait number 2, setting strong boundaries. Boundaries are another key to masculine energy. A lot of guys don't set them because they're afraid of pushing a woman away. But here's the irony. Women actually respect a man who enforces his own rules. For example, I keep my phone on Do Not Disturb during the day because I'm focused on my work. If I'm dating someone, I let her know up front, "Hey, I don't check my phone during the day. I'll get back to you when I can." Simple. No apologies, no over-explaining. And guess what? Women respect that. Why? Because it shows that you're not just sitting around waiting for her texts. You have a life, goals, and priorities. Setting boundaries also means saying no. If you always bend over backward for a woman, dropping your plans to accommodate her every whim, she'll start to see you as weak. A man with strong boundaries doesn't let a woman dictate his schedule. He invites her into his world. And if she can't respect that, she's not the right one for you. Trait number 3, saying no without hesitation. The most attractive word you can say to a woman, no. A lot of guys are afraid to say no because they think it'll push her away. But in reality, it does the opposite. It shows confidence and self-respect. Let me tell you a quick story. I used to work with this guy, Peter. Nice dude, But he had one problem. He could never say no to women. If a female co-worker asked him to cover her shift, he'd hesitate, make excuses, and then cave in. He thought he was earning points with them, but in reality, they used him. They knew he was easy to manipulate. Meanwhile, if someone asked me to cover their shift on New Year's Eve, my response, "Yeah, not happening." And guess what? Those same women who took advantage of Peter respected me more. Because when you say no without guilt, you show that you value yourself. Women are drawn to men who are selective with their time and energy. If you're always available, always saying yes, you become predictable, and predictability is boring. The next time a woman asks you to do something you don't want to do, just say no and watch how she reacts. At the end of the day, being a masculine, dominant man isn't about acting tough or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about knowing your worth, setting strong boundaries, and never chasing approval. If you master these three things, you'll instantly become more attractive to women. Not because you're playing a game, but because you're embodying the kind of man they respect. So now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a moment where walking away actually increased a woman's attraction to you? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more strategies like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay strong, stay confident, and keep mastering the game.